So, I want to introduce you to a TikTok account named Law's Life. And it's now private because she couldn't take the backlash that she got from her video. I know I'm a little bit late to the party on reviewing this one. I mean, it's been about 3 days now, and that's like old news when it comes to like current events and stuff. If you don't know who she is, she's a US citizen that went to Ireland for a vacation. And she didn't enjoy the reception that she got from the Ireland citizens when they found out that she was MAGA. And she's definitely MAGA because her TikTok page was covered with like this stuff. Hence why her page is probably private now. But in this video, I'm going to show you her sob story. And it's going to show that it's not just Canada that can't stand MAGA, it's the rest of the world. So shout out to any of my viewers that are from Ireland. Okay, so I'm going to show you first the sob story video. It was a shorter one. And then she doubled down and did like a justification video, which is even worse. All right, let's get started because it's a bit of a long one.
That moment when you go into a Northern Ireland bar and are immediately accused of being a bad person because you're from the United States. Doesn't feel very good.
Sorry, let me correct you on something. You're not a bad person because you came from the United States. You're a bad person because you voted for the orange guy. It's there, I fixed it for you.
Culture shock, I guess. But we're staying in this cute little coastal town, and we went to just enjoy a beer, and we're like, we don't want to talk about anything or anything like that, and it just ended up with me in tears. So, if you're an American citizen, maybe just proceed with caution.
No, I think you only need to proceed with caution if you voted for the orange guy, which you clearly did. Now, the next video I'm going to show you is the justification video or the follow-up video, and it's even worse. Let me show you.
Story time of why I felt uncomfortable and unwelcomed in the north of Ireland. I walked in with my husband to the central bar, and I immediately noticed that they had the world news on. Rightfully so. There's a lot of crazy things going on in this world.
Yeah, all this crazy stuff that you're talking about that's going on in the world, it's because of your vote. And the guy that you actually voted for.
And sure, they want to watch it. I'm a visitor in your country. That is completely your prerogative. You can watch or do what you want. That's fine. I genuinely mean that. But when I walked in, there was a cute little fireplace, and so I asked the gentleman sitting there if that table was open. They then said, yeah, you can sit there. And so my husband and I sat down. The woman behind the bar was so kind. She was very nice, gave us our pints, what have you. Then the gentleman said, are you American? And I said, yes, we're American. And I'm not lying to you when I say it instantly went from, yes, I'm American, to, well, who'd you vote for?
You know, it actually saddens me that our society has come down to this. Anytime you meet a US citizen, you have to ask them, who did you vote for? Or you're at least thinking about it. Thankfully, I haven't had to ask that question because any of the US citizens that I've met lately have always told me, oh, I'm from the US. And when I tell them I'm from Canada, right away they apologize to me. So I haven't met any MAGA people yet. I'm actually kind of excited to meet one because I'm going to rip into them. It's bound to happen one day, and I'm just going to use big words that they don't understand. But I do say it's sad that society has come down to this, not because of us, but because of the US. Because unfortunately, your global reputation is down the drain. And I think every US citizen that's traveling the world right now, you should expect it. People are going to wonder who you voted for. And unfortunately, it is going to be an opener for many US citizens moving forward. I didn't vote for them, or I'm sorry. And unfortunately, the only people to blame for this is the United States.
And I kind of was just shocked. I'm like, wow, that was very direct. And I said, we're on vacation. We're trying to get away from all of that. We don't really want to talk about it. And I did not know that automatically meant, oh, you're a MAGA crazy Nazi that blah, 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 blah. Like I've been reading in my comments.
Well, to be fair, you are MAGA. I mean, your page was covered with orange guy stuff before you set it to private. I don't know what the confusion's about.
Had no idea. Now, the other thing people were upset about was the fact that I called it Northern Ireland. I will say this. I did Google. A lot of people are like, can't you just Google search it? I did Google search Cushendall. I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying it wrong too. Sorry. And I read Northern Ireland. And so that's what I said. And again, was not trying to be offensive to anybody. Now, if you're wanting to know what I said that really set them off, I'll tell you. They said, so where are yous traveling from here? Fair question. I love bar talk. Yeah, I said, we started in Dublin, we went up to Giant's Causeway, and we just are kind of going to go all the way down until we hit Dublin again to go home. And he goes, oh, okay, so what brought you to, what brought you here? And I told him, I have visited England and Wales and Scotland, and I've visited everywhere in the UK, and so coming up here's the last spot so I can be able to say that I have been everywhere in the UK. That is the moment when it just went dead silent, and I was met with, you're in Ireland, this is not the UK, we're Irish. And I was like, oh, again, I apologize, very sorry, I did not want to upset or offend. And I even went so far as to let him, I'm like, I'm so sorry about that. And he goes, let me tell you something. And so he continued to tell me why, they are not British, they are not the UK, that they're Irish and how bad the British are. And they even showed me the plaque in the alley about the 1981 hunger strike. And I was very polite and keen to learn about something I don't know. I'm sorry if you find I'm uneducated. Maybe I don't.
Uneducated, yes, I agree with that. Entitled, probably. Because this is not just a rare situation that just happened. I mean, many MAGA don't even know about Canada, and we're right above you. We're your next door neighbor. I mean, many of your fellow citizens think that it's like winter year round, and that we all live in igloos and we bathe in maple syrup. Hell, even before the orange guy was in office, like in his first term, I was told by US citizens that they thought Canada was actually part of the United States. I was pretty pissed. So I can see why these people in Ireland are pissed off as well.
Know everything, but possibly that's why I'm there to learn. And I was thrown off guard. I wasn't expecting. People are like, what do you expect? I'm sorry, I guess I did not expect to just be candidly like, well, who'd you vote for? And so everything at that, we went back into the bar after they showed me the plaque of the 1981 hunger strike. And then my husband and I continued just our own drink conversation. And because the news was on and because people tend to drink in pubs, the longer we were there, the more drunk people were getting and the more upset they were getting and the more nasty the comments began to come. And although they may not have been directed directly to me or my husband, yeah, it just, in general, remove the politics. The whole bar atmosphere just felt very, very hateful.
Well, I hate to tell you this, Miss MAGA, but the whole world is feeling like this right now. Not just that little bar. Canada, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, probably the Middle East, because, your orange guy started a war with them. The whole world is feeling pissed off right now. But leave it up to a MAGA voter to feel like, oh, the world's pissed off. We don't know why. And everybody's being rude to us. You know who comes to my mind right now is Mr. Pete Hoekstra. The guy who's blaming Canada for being mean to the United States, when in fact it's the United States that's causing all of this. It's typical behavior of MAGA that they'll always blame the effect and not the cause. I stole that from someone in my comments. So Miss MAGA, the bar was very hateful because of you and who you voted for. So take some responsibility.
Just, I had a very low energy. I'm like, wow, it feels not good in here. It does not feel good in here. And to me, I was just thinking, I'm like, okay, I was in the wrong for saying Northern Ireland and that we were in the UK, and I got corrected. And I even went so far as to learn what they wanted to say, hear them out. And the one guy even told him, like, hey, they're on holiday. Let's not go there. And they just couldn't help themselves. That I tagged in my video, I'm sorry, I corrected it. Genuinely didn't know.
I do have to give her credit for one thing. At least she's admitting that she didn't know. Because there's many MAGA out there that will not think that they're ever wrong. Kind of like this guy. But the problem that's happening here, mixing up Ireland and Northern Ireland is one thing, and the flag, whatever you did, that's another as well. But I think overall, the world is just fed up with the US exceptionalism. Because we, the rest of the world, have been dealing with it for like decades, maybe even generations. And I think the rest of the world has reached their boiling point. I know I have. Let me know in the comments below if you reached your boiling point with the United States.
I apologize. I now know very clearly that you guys are Irish, not a part of the UK. I have no beef with that. Not at all. I genuinely just wanted to go in, enjoy some pints, and if it was a friendly conversation, I will gladly go back and forth. But to bring up any sensitive topic, anything like that, I would have said the same thing. Like, I don't want to talk about that. It's uncomfortable, not because of like directly what's going on. Any sensitive topic, why would you want, especially while drinking, why would you want to talk about something so sensitive with complete strangers while you're a guest in their country? I honestly thought I was doing the polite thing.
Well, unfortunately, since you voted for the orange guy, you are going to have this stigma around you wherever you go. And you're not going to be able to play the innocent card because you voted for this. You voted for the chaos that's going around the world. And, even before you hid your profile, your page was covered in MAGA crap. So I don't buy that shit when you say like, oh, I just want to come here for a pint and I just don't want to deal with stuff back home and whatever. You can't run away from the problem that you caused.
And I didn't say anything mean or nasty to them. I just simply asked my husband if we paid for our pints already, and he said, yes, we did. And I said, okay. I'm like, we need to go. Like, just the atmosphere just felt very negative and hateful. So dislike me if you will, call me every name in the book, that's fine. Some of those comments were absolutely diabolical and insane.
And MAGA is not? You gotta be kidding me. I'm sorry, but you really need to stop playing the victim and see what kind of cult you're actually in. Because there's nobody in the world outside of MAGA that will take your victim story right now.
I can't believe people will take time out of their day to write paragraphs of just hate from one person's video. You guys don't know who I am. It's just, you're generalizing, and that's really unfair and uncool.
Yeah, I'm taking a couple hours out of my day to make this video about you. Because I, along with many others around the world, are tired of the MAGA bullshit. And you are milking this victim thing pretty well. But I'm not generalizing. I am targeting you, MAGA, for causing all of these problems that the rest of the world has to deal with right now. I will gladly have a pint of beer with a US citizen who didn't vote for the orange guy. Not you, though. So no, I'm not generalizing.
And I would like to say that if anybody came to my country, I would never, ever outright just be like demanding answers to sensitive topics. It's just, in my book, it's not polite. So yeah, I do want to just reiterate any apologies. The intention was not to upset or offend anybody. And for all of the people who have been so kind and sent me wonderful messages or left me a sweet comment, thank you. It meant all the world. And no, that one little bar experience did not tarnish what I saw and did, and the people I met were beautiful. I was just in the wrong spot at the wrong time around a lot of drunk people with the world going crazy right now. And so that's the story.
I can tell you it's not just that one little bar that had like energy against you. It's the whole world. You can go probably to any other bar as well, and you probably get the same thing as well. But you know what I got from this whole quote unquote like apology? The tone that I got from her was that we were the problem and not her. But the fact that her focus was on the people in the bar and how they were reacting, and not the reason why people are reacting like this, tells me that she's going to take no responsibility for it. I'm not from Ireland, but I can relate to these people that were in the bar with her, because I would be pretty pissed off as well. But in my opinion, what's sad about this is that the regular US citizens, the one that didn't vote for this, the ones that are normal, they are going to have to go through this as well. And unfortunately, if you're a US citizen and you're normal and you're traveling overseas, your opening line is probably going to have to be, sorry, I didn't vote for the guy. And if you're looking for someone to blame for this, you can probably blame her, as well as the 77 million others that voted for the orange idiot. Okay, that's all I got for today's video. If you're looking for the co-host, she's around, but she's making biscuits right now. And I'm not about to interrupt her. So maybe in my second video that I create in about an hour, maybe she'll be vocal then. If you found any value in anything I said today, or you want to hear more from a Canadian and international perspective, Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button below. That way you're notified of my future videos. And if you want to see more of my videos, check out the ones that'll be showing up on your screen shortly. Thanks everyone, I'll see you in the next one.